What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Paranormal Man. Now, we're going to be doing a top 15 special because these two videos that we're going to be watching tonight are both from top 15. The first one that we're going to be watching is top 15 videos that'll send chills down your spine, followed immediately after that by top 15 videos that you should never watch alone. Except I am. But at the same time, I'm never truly alone. I have you guys. You guys bring me comfort. My wife and daughter over there bring me comfort, but you all bring me joy as well. I'm currently up to 18 subscribers, and I'm just like awesome because I know that's not a whole lot, but for someone who's starting out, trying to get his foot through the door, it's awesome. You guys have been such an amazing support for me, and I appreciate every single one of you for that. So we're not going to waste any more time. Let's just jump right in with our top 15 videos. I'll send chills down my spine. Maybe, hopefully not yours, but let's see how it goes.
Number 15, paranormal rock activity. Think you know the volatility of a poltergeist? Think again. Published by C's Crazy Crossroads, the YouTuber writes, "A rock comes off of the piano towards me. Absolutely insane capture."
Do you see that?
It is at the 247 mark. Apparently, this YouTuber hadn't caught the absolutely creepy capture until his viewers pointed it out to him after watching his original video, which is certainly surprising, as the paranormal behavior is quite obvious and alarming. As he walks through an abandoned church at night, a rock clearly comes flying at him from a nearby piano. You can see the rock actually fling towards him and ricochet off something behind him.
That's creepy.
Who or what threw this rock at Crazy Crossroads? I'd wager it was something or someone straight out of a night.
I think I may have seen this video already on another one of these guys' channels, because it looks familiar, but I don't think I've seen it from him. I'll have to rewatch some of my stuff later, but if I have and I upload this, I'm sorry about double uploading. It's just that there are some clips on here that don't look familiar to me, so
Nightmare.
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Haunted attic. If you've ever had an attic, then you know what it's like to hear any kind of sound emanating from above. Absolutely freaking terrifying. YouTuber Sean Wells 2001 seems to agree, as he decided to investigate the rattling in his attic, which he says only happens at night. Sean writes, "Steven, my roommate, says it's the wind because I leave my windows cracked at night for fresh air, but not sure if it's the wind." Sean set up his camera in his closet atop a pile of jeans to catch the rattling while he slept. This is what happened. At around 4 a.m., the attic door starts rattling jarringly. It sounds like someone is trying to get out. You can actually see the door move aggressively and repeatedly. A while later, it happens again.
Another clip I've seen already.
Whining in the background. Many in the comments think the source of the noise has got to be paranormal. Others consider that it might be a squatter trying to mess with the homeowners. Though different theories abound, most can agree on one thing: it's not the wind. Number 13, face swap. Everyone's done a harmless face swap, but what happens when the swap becomes scary? Posted by Primal Chaos and later submitted to the Chills Narrator subreddit, this face swap between friends took a dark turn when one of the friends left the frame, only to allow a terrifying invisible being to swap faces with the remaining friend. The scary swapped face looks demon-like, causing the dude whose face it swapped to turn around and look for the paranormal being he's been partnered with. Many in the comments of this video find this unpleasant and unexpected swap upsetting. If this happened in a dream, what might it mean? Perhaps that your dream has taken a step in another direction. That's of a nightmare. Number 12. Total abandonment. This video will pull at your heartstrings while giving you recurring nightmares. Surveillance footage of a man leaving his dog in a parking lot was caught. The footage shows a man driving a white pickup into the parking lot of a dog shelter on a Saturday afternoon. Here he exits the vehicle and lets the dog out without a leash. He then approaches the shelter's locked lobby entrance. The man then returns to his vehicle with the dog trailing behind, leaping playfully at him. But the man pushes the dog aside, gets into his vehicle, and pulls onto the highway, the poor abandoned pup chasing after him all the while. The shelter's staff saw what happened and ran after the dog, bringing him back to take care of him. He has since been named Rawhide. Although the clip may seem to show nothing but cold-hearted abandonment, the man in the video reached out to the shelter, stating that the video gave the false impression that the man had abandoned his dog, when really he was attempting to rescue a stray, but was not admitted during working hours. Led by the authorities, an investigation into the incident was launched, and Rawhide was put up for adoption. Let's hope he was welcomed into a happy home. Number 11. Red Highway.
That was hard for me to watch. That one was really hard for me to watch. I mean, here's the sad part. You know, let's just assume for argument's sake that the man in the pickup truck was telling the truth, that wasn't actually his dog, but a stray that he had brought to the shelter to help an agency rescue. What makes me sad is that apparently, if that story is true, then regardless, that dog was abandoned by someone. Whether it was by him or another person. You know, he wasn't kidding when he said that the video would send chills down my spine. My heart is hurting for that dog. Abandoned by one and rejected by another. You can't help but just feel the pain for that poor animal.
Some videos are just plain scary, others are spine-chilling. Have you ever wondered what it might be like to tear through an inferno? These mad lad Russians did, and they lived to tell the tale. In the summer of 2010, wildfires broke out all over western Russia due to record high temperatures. The inferno lasted from late July to early September. In total, they resulted in $15 billion in repairs. That's right, I said billion. This video serves as pure nightmare fuel for just such a fear. The amateur footage delivered to Russia Today shows a few brave men driving through the inferno, likely just hoping they might make it out the other side. With red ahead, behind, and licking either side of their vehicle, there's no looking back. The men drive through as tree branches and ash fall across their windshield. When they start driving forward again, you see, surprisingly, that there's another car in front of them. They're not the only ones in this area. After a while, smog and darkness spread ahead, with only a few spare flames riding along the roadside, and then suddenly the darkness lifts. Although the smog continues to lie heavy, at least they've left the flames behind, with their lives intact. Number 10.
Wow,
Haunted Playground.
Yeah.
Have you ever come across a haunted playground at night? This YouTuber has. He describes this perfectly chilling nightmare fuel with even more chilling imagery writing. While driving around in some unknown forest, I found this person rocking on some kind of swing. That description alone is enough to send chills down your spine, but watch the video and you won't be able to get this nightmare out of your head as the person filming sits inside his vehicle, shutting the headlights off and on again at random. The person rocking on some kind of swing is caught in the headlights. When the lights shut off, the next time they shine, the figure is in a different area of the forest. Its disappearance and reappearance are completely unsettling, especially when the figure comes closer and closer and closer until he disappears. Somehow his absence is the most upsetting part of the entire clip. That is, until... And that's where this video ends, leaving us wondering what happened to this unfortunate cameraman.
I call bullshit on that one. You know, A, why would that guy just, you know, randomly be at that swing? B, you know, if that car, you know, with its camera on, saw it move for the first time, and, you know, maybe even more the second time, why didn't they just leave? They had plenty of time to leave. Third, why did he keep flashing his headlights on and off like that? It was to give his buddy time to move to a different location, so that way they could continue faking this video. Yeah, that's a fake.
Number 9. Hungry like a wolf. How would you like to run into this pure nightmare fuel in the middle of a snowy road at night? This clip was posted to Reddit in 2018, with one anonymous user responding, "Imagine having semi-frequent contact with these monsters. I'd hold them in high regard as well. The predatory nature of the wolf is often drawn upon in folklore. In both European and Native American cultures, wolves have been associated with witchcraft. In fact, wolves were viewed as witches transformed into hovel culture. Big Bad Wolf dreams, anyone? With this clip, it looks like he'll blow your house down." Number 8. Mayfly Swarm. If you've ever been in a bug swarm of any kind, you'll know it can give you chills. This mayfly swarm is no different. In fact, it's practically nightmarish. When the mayflies took over this bridge in Iowa, snowplows were required to unblock the swarm buzzing in the bridge's path. In fact, the bridge had been so completely swarmed by the bugs that emergency crews were sent to the area. The nightmare scene turned into a scary situation after bikers tried to plow through the massive heap of mayflies but lost traction. Luckily, they escaped. The bridge's clearing was recorded by Tina Franzen as she rode along in her son's police car. Franzen said of the event, "I've lived in Sabula since '75. I've never seen that many before, ever." To clear the bugs over the following weeks, it was decided by the Iowa Department of Transportation to keep the streetlights off near the bridge, as the lights attract the mayflies. Here's hoping it all worked out for Iowa. They don't need any more of this nightmare fuel. Number 7. Poltergeist activity. What do poltergeists want, and why do orbs appear in some paranormal videos? We'll talk more about
creepy,
after
but
you see this clip from YouTube.
I'm gonna have to do my research on it, but yeah, as creepy as that was, it wasn't necessarily like, too life threatening. I mean, mayflies, they're creepy, but pretty sure they're harmless. So for them to just conglomerate like that, just I don't think it's too big a deal. As long as you're not stupid.
Tuber Mellowbird.
Congregate. That's the word I was looking for.
Mellowbird writes, I heard this poltergeist activity in the living room while I was getting ready to set up a camera in the attic. The video shows items being thrown around of their own free will. Or at least of the will of some evil invisible entity, because that's what poltergeists are. Generally, these terrible spirits do not haunt a particular location, but rather a person. Mellowbird's paired video also shows a spirit orb. Most believers think that these floating orbs are spirits of the passed away. Others suggest the orbs are an energy transfer to a spirit, whereby the spirit pulls energy to it. While the science behind this is up for question, what could possibly explain this phenomena when occurring simultaneously? What could possibly have thrown these picture frames across the room? And why would orbs appear at the same time? You're certainly left with more questions than answers. Number 6, The Rake. If you've never heard of The Rake, you're
a rake
about
video?
to.
Ooh.
YouTuber Apex TV notes that this clip was caught in a Mexican park, writing, many claim the strange creature is a legendary creature known as the Rake. Now what's the Rake, you ask? Described as humanoid-like in appearance, the legendary creature is said to go after humans and other animals for no known reason.
I've seen this clip before. It was on
the mysterious
Fact or Faked Paranormal Files. I actually investigated
according
it.
to records, the first account of a rake, in which
they
the writer
couldn't,
uses the creature's name, appears in the 1691.
They couldn't disprove it, but they also couldn't prove it wrong either. Or no, prove it right either. They tried different experiments, and they even did an investigation in the area. They couldn't find anything, so they went with the general overall consensus that they felt and said it was fake, even though they couldn't necessarily prove it. But they tried proving it, authentic too. So,
Marine.
How would you describe that?
Mariner's log. The next written description appears in the 1800s, charging the rake with being absolutely terrifying with hollow black eyes. After hearing of these accounts and descriptions of the forest creature, does this mysterious figure atop the playground appear to be the rake to you, or do you believe it's something else? If so, what? Number 5, Ghost. Shadows can be tricky things. Sometimes they're natural, other times they lean more towards the paranormal. This one seems to be the latter. Posted on Reddit by user Ukire, the Redditor writes that he still has goosebumps after receiving this clip. Some in the comments admitted to being upset with yet another orb post, but then, after watching it all the way through, their yearning for nightmare fuel was rewarded. Although it just looks like the still image of a cell. Wait for it, and wait for it, and wait for it some more, and you just might be rewarded too. The Redditor wrote that his friend works the night shift here at this institution in a former police station. The room where this is filmed is not in current use, but in the past was a place where people checked out of custody. Some in the comments say the video looks legit, others pointed out a creepy long face that makes a split-second appearance. Most in the thread comes to a consensus that this happenstance is very creepy and goosebump-inducing.
I don't know what to say about this
one.
one.
Haunting, or something worse, whatever it might be, it's certainly mysterious. Number 4, Mr. Blobby Theme Park. Theme parks are supposed to be fun and games, not the thing nightmares are made of. This Mr. Blobby theme park is a whole other story. Chugging along in the 90s, you may or may not recall this yellow and pink blob. Crinkly Bottom was Noel Edmonds' series of theme parks that popped up in England during the show's success, with one in Somerset, another in the north of England, and others scattered around the country, none of which lasted long. Why? Well, watch this video and you'll see. Not only were people unimpressed with the park's puppet shows and Blobby's kitschy catchphrases, Blobby's done blobbin' home is like walking through an uncanny nightmare. The seriously disturbing park, marketed as a children's attraction, is more like a scene from a horror film. With distorted audio, Blobby welcomes you, but who wants to be welcomed to this chilling park? The theme of this park must have been, "We will haunt your dreams." Footage from this frightening theme park will leave you reeling, and not in a good way. Number 3,
That's kinda
Missouri
creepy.
State. When you've got a place called the Dungeon in a state lockup, you're bound to run into some chills down your spine. It was taken on a ghost tour of the Missouri State Penitentiary in 2017. The first shot in the video reads, "Picture taken of the showers minutes before entering the dungeon. Notice the light at the top is clearly off. Let's take a look." Folks in the video appear to be trying to contact spirits within the building, asking if they exist. According to the video, they've received responses, although it's hard to detect the hisses, moans, and spoken word responses in the clip's audio. The video also claims that the light at the top before entering the dungeon was off, while the light turned on after leaving the dungeon. Curious, or did someone just hit the switch? Whatever the case, the paranormal seemed to be at large in Missouri State. It's probably time to plan a prison break. Number 2, Devastating Dorian. A family in the Bahamas recorded the horrors they endured. Posted to Twitter by Gilbert NMO Morris, he writes, "It has been 14 hours now with Dorian in Freeport, Bahamas, and this is the roof of a home there."
Why didn't they leave?
Take notice of the wind and rush of the waves. This family was already on the top floor of the house. Can you imagine holding steadfast in the roof of your home moments away from being swallowed by the sea? The event is reportedly one of the worst on record to hit the islands.
Oh
The
my
Bahamas
gosh,
will take
why?
years to recover from this. Around 300 homes were completely destroyed. No doubt the home shown in this video was one of them. Before we get to number 1, my name is Chills and I hope you're enjoying my narration.
Why do people stay at their homes in the middle of a hurricane? If I heard that there was a hurricane coming, I'd pack my family up myself and leave. No bueno.
Video we upload every Tuesday. Number 1, Psycho Driver. We've all wanted to lose it on bad drivers at one point or another, but sometimes it's best to keep that bird caged. Posted on the Chill subreddit by Nevin8. The Redditor writes, "Wonder if Chills has seen this? Well, now I have." The footage is the type of nightmare had by any biker who's been rubbed the wrong way by a motorist. The video shows a motorist trying to drive the biker off the road, stopping short in front of him, and generally attempting to make the biker fall. Granted, the biker did flip the motorist off, which seems to be what sent the driver over the edge. Still no reason to try and take someone's life on the road. What do you think?
No kidding.
Do you think his actions were justified, or is the motorist completely out of hand? Thanks for checking out this video. Be sure to subscribe because
Yeah, that motorist was way out of line on that one. Way out of line. Alright. Moving on to the top 15 videos you should never watch alone.
Number 15, Outside Lurker. If you feel you're being watched, that may not be paranoia. This nightmare may just be outside your window. CCTV footage in Queensland, Australia, caught a man crouching outside a woman's home, watching the unsuspecting homeowner. The 30 to 40-year-old man, dressed in a t-shirt, baseball cap, and shorts, walks up the front yard before creeping and crouching around the home, leering inside. The lurker apparently looked into the woman's bedroom window. The man was scared off for a moment by a passing vehicle, ducking behind a van parked in the driveway before continuing his leering. He stood outside the house for around 20 minutes on this occasion. That's right. He's been to the house at least once more, for which he was also captured on film. Makes you want to double check your locks and maybe hire a bodyguard. Number 14, fishing fun. Fishing is supposed to be a relaxing pastime. Kick back with your pole and a cold one, and you're set for a pleasant afternoon spent out on the water. But this video, posted on Reddit by Caesar4321, reveals that fishing can sometimes take an unexpected turn. The clip shows a lucky fisherman reeling in his prize catch, a nice little fish which he pulls out onto the banks of the pond in order to remove it from the line. But as he steps closer to his catch, something pops up out of nowhere. Bet you didn't see that coming. Redditor
I saw it coming, but it still scared me.
Oscar commented, "They are fishing in literal croc swamps, like they aren't asking for chomps. Asking for it or not, alligator incidents are on the rise in Florida. Moral of the story? Don't disturb those muddy waters, or your bones may be snapped in half by some seriously powerful jaws." Number 13, pure red sky. Sometimes nature is the greatest source of fear, but what if we're the source of nature's wrath? User Droid15 posted this YouTube clip to Reddit. In it, an Indonesian sky is burning red, an insanely bright color of red. It may seem like a strange phenomenon, or perhaps even something paranormal. Are unknown beings about to descend upon us? Redditor Evangelist thinks not. He writes, "It's the haze that's currently engulfing the entire region because palm oil farmers decided that slash and burn is better than clearing the jungle. This deep red sky occurred just a week ago on Sumatra Island, as suggested by commenters. The obscure skies are a result of sunlight interacting with fumes, causing low visibility and issues breathing. Very concerning to say the least." Number 12.
What the hell? I mean, yeah, just we get smog and we get haze here in Utah a lot too, but we never get that tint of red in the sky from that. That is bizarre.
Caught in the dark. As it turns out, it's not a good time for camping. Campers in this video, posted in January of 2009, got the surprise of their life when they caught this strange creature on film. As a couple friends are gathered around the campfire,
crawling on all fours.
take a look behind
I've seen
them.
this one
A
before.
white creature makes a short appearance in the shadows.
Well, you've been sharpening it for like 2 hours. You hear something?
The dog.
What is it? Is it the rake? Is it a man on all fours, as someone suggests in the comments? Whatever it is, the figure wasn't lost on the campers, as one of them asked what that noise was. Another suggested it was a dog, but we all know better. Number 11, the storm. Just when you think it's safe inside, watch this video and you'll find nowhere is safe. Posted to Reddit by Magushi, the clip is entitled Safe Zone, although there doesn't seem to be anything safe about it. The video shows a heavy storm. It's unclear where the footage was filmed, but a Redditor in the comments suggests it's Japan. The person in the video is capturing the raging storm outside, wind blowing, earth shaking. Across the way, a building stands, seemingly resilient, that is, until half of the roof busts off. The people watching this unfold realize just in time that the roof is coming towards them. They rush away just as you hear the window smashing in. Safe zone. When it comes to nature, you're never safe.
No.
Number 10. Turn around. Don't turn out the lights for this one. Posted to Reddit with the title, "Just a normal light switch." But there's nothing normal about what happens next. The video shows someone flicking the light switch, after which the camera turns towards a light on the opposite side of the room, which turns off and on when the switch is flicked, but hold your breath when the camera turns back.
Look what I realized.
Capturing the dark hallway beyond. What is that? Your heart jumps into your...
Okay. The reason why I'm laughing is because I got scared by an obvious fake. And it's just a friend, you know, I'm just going to say this. That was just a friend of his just standing at the end of the hall going, "Hey, you." Oh, I gotta see that again. That was... I can't believe I fell for that.
Capturing the...
Oh, he said thank you.
What is that? Your heart jumps into your throat as the camera drops. In a recap of the video, notice as the shot first captures the light switch, there is no one and nothing in the hallway beyond. While most are mystified, some are more than that. Redditor Minka Mushka writes, "The only time I've ever been grateful to live in a studio. I don't have to worry about anything creeping around a corner because everything is in the same super tiny room, but the..."
I mean, there's doors like right down the sides. It's not inconceivable for him to be hiding behind a door, and then when he turns the camera away towards the light switch, he can just quickly open the door, quickly close it, because it's like I could do that. It's not that hard to just kind of quickly open the door and quickly shut it, and while holding onto the doorknob so the door doesn't latch. And while he's doing the whole thing with the light, he can quickly run up to the end of the wall, get into the position, then when he turns back to him, "Thank you." It's not that hard.
Users on the thread kindly point out that she forgot about under her bed, inside closets, and lurking beyond her door. Now I bet you really can't turn out the light. Number 9. Whoosh. Animals are often those who first sense a ghostly presence. This video confirms that. Posted to Reddit by Junior Sis, the uploader notes that this clip was caught on a living room camera. The dog in the clip can be seen standing alert, staring off into a corner of the room. The dog then looks towards the ground, as if letting his guard down, before suddenly jerking back against the wall and out of sight. The even stranger thing is she doesn't even make a peep through all this, and the sudden jerk indicates there's something besides simple fear going on. In response to Jamie R's question in the comments about if the dog had been thrown into the door, and whether or not peculiar things had been happening in their home, Junior Sis answers in the affirmative to the first question, writing, "I've never seen her move that fast, and it just seems an odd angle if she's turning to run." As for other peculiarities in the home, the Redditor says that apart from a pantry light flickering, nothing paranormal has happened. Others in the thread believe the video to be legitimate, as the dog isn't looking behind her, which she would if the owner or some other human entity is there. Karapo agrees that something quite obviously pulled the dog back in an aggressive manner. She also states that dogs must be super scared when home alone with an invisible entity, as they can sense a presence but don't know what to do about it. What do you think? Was this dog just jerking from fear, or was he yanked back by a malevolent force? Number 8.
Could be both.
Haven't children learned from Stephen King's It not to mess around in this?
I mean, if you think about it, all a spirit has to do is just kind of touch a dog's leg and it'll make him jerk back.
sewers. Apparently these kids haven't. Posted to the
I don't think it's fake because it's hard to train a dog to do that.
Chill's narrator subreddit. The uploader says there's odd knocking in this clip.
Randomly knock again.
The boys filming the video appear to be at a baseball field as they're peering down into a hole with a large sewage system pipe emptying into it, asking whatever is in the pipe to randomly knock again. The boy filming tells his friends that people are going to think this was a bad idea. Listen closely because that's when you hear the knocking sound.
Come on, people are gonna think we're idiots.
Some think it might be Pennywise. Others, like Mr. Meow02, laugh at the boys' response when a knock answers their question. Do it again if you want to take our lives. The boys nope right out of there, as would anyone with any sense. Number 7, disappear into nothingness. Now you see it, now you don't. This video is either a sleight of hand, a wicked magic trick, or completely 100% authentic. Posted in 2008. The uploader notes that this happened in Mexico, writing.
I've seen this video. I've seen this clip
relatives
before.
who play in the field behind their house and see something that runs and disappears into nothingness. The quite blurry video shows a kid kicking a soccer ball around when he points out something behind the man filming. Turning around, the camera spots this figure running at a distance. You can hear dogs barking in the background as if disturbed by the creature.
¿Eso no sabes lo que pasó?
No mames, no sé, güey. A ver, vamos a ver.
Ahora sí. Vea, ya nos cayó el duende.
It's hard to tell what the figure is, but it prances across the field with strange movements before hiding within something sitting in the grass. Instead of running away, the man runs towards it, peering into the fixture, which appears to simply be an empty square of brick with grass growing inside. You're waiting to see the creature up close, but he isn't there. Neither is he behind any of the walls. What was that thing and where did it go? Probably into your nightmares. Number 6. Unboxing my new daughter. This exceedingly unnerving video called Unboxing My New Daughter is a play on the highly popular unboxing videos on YouTube, but the YouTuber in this video, Beeble Fox, appears to know exactly what he'll be unboxing. His new daughter. Using plastic hands covered by pink mittens, Beeble Fox explains in his uncomfortable, wavering voice that you can adopt a child on Sims 3, which will be sent to your house to unbox, so why not do it in real life?
We're gonna take a look at her. My new daughter. I have named her.
He cleans off an excessively large blade for the unboxing ceremony before slicing the cardboard box open, which lies on the bed. All the while he mumbles around looking into her eyes, which are the windows to the soul, and he explains the pink mittened hands, which he says he unboxed first. As he opens the box, he explains that his daughter is all dressed up for school and is a good girl. The timbre of his voice is enough to make you shudder. Disturbing footage of some super creepy hysteria or art. I suppose it can be both. Number 5. Paranormal Mountain Dew. Another paranormal video that's best to watch with a friend.
Oh, I've seen this one before.
This Redditor writes that this is the original security camera video in which a can of Mountain Dew is pushed off a case. He writes that he was not in the room at the time and his fiancée was sleeping. But needless to say, his dogs were scared by the strange occurrence. In the clip, you can't really see where the can falls, but you do see it roll from one corner across the room, and it doesn't appear there's any place out of sight on that side of the room where it could have entered the scene. Some in the comments point out movement near the TV, saying it might be some type of vermin, though with no one in the room, the way the can is knocked over, and how the dogs react, I wouldn't be surprised if something paranormal was in that house. Number 4, Area 51 creature.
I agree with that.
If you don't want to question the existence of other beings in the universe, then don't watch this video alone. Submitted to the Chills Narrator subreddit, the uploader purports that the film was captured near Area 51 by a security camera. The clip shows a creature lurking in the darkness behind a wall. He slowly extends his elongated head out from behind the wall before pulling back and returning to the darkness. The creature has dark, empty holes where his eyes should be, and pointy, defined facial features, as well as long, thin arms. He appears to be crouching with his arms extended to the ground. While some can't stomach the idea that this footage might appear to be legit, others, like Redditor Vicky Potamus, admit fear, writing, "I didn't plan to sleep tonight anyway." The Redditor The Waz adds, "I am not elitist enough to think that we are the only beings ever made, but what I find interesting is the timing of the release of the video, a little too close to September 20th for my taste. What happened on September 20th? A meme on Facebook inspired thousands to storm Area 51 leading up to the date. Well, no one ended up storming Area 51. Could this video's release and the memes somehow be related? Only this creature knows." Number 3, Night Vision. YouTuber Handle Bandle published this clip to YouTube in June of 2017, writing that a relative had contacted him, describing a strange occurrence that had happened near Bend, Oregon in May of 2017. A local man went camping at a place he always camped, but this time he didn't return. In Bandle's words, nearly all of his belongings were found at the campsite along with his car and camera, which contains video of his last moments. His family asks that if anyone has any information as to where his whereabouts, that they please come forward. In the video, the man explains that he's solo camping at this site, though it's off the beaten path. People are often here. In fact, he says he can hear people nearby. He says he's going to get a campfire going later. Then he zooms in on what he calls a creepy creation of what appears to be the structure of a teepee beyond some trees. He walks over to a pit, which he says looks like a grave and is surrounded by flies. Inside the pit are a pair of black garbage bags full of something. Although the man offhandedly says it would be crazy if he found a body, he decides that it must just be trash. He then walks over to the teepee structure, and there's trash inside that too. He says it looked like they built a fire inside the teepee. He again offhandedly says he hopes that they don't come back for a ritual or something. As day turns to night, the man is in his tent when he hears something outside, and it doesn't sound like an animal. It almost sounds like a bottle rolling over rocks.
That can't be. That's not an animal. That's someone's messing around with the rocks out there.
This dude opens his tent and runs out into the darkness, forgetting his flashlight. He navigates through the forest with his night vision. He is now lost, wandering through the darkness, having been chased off by who knows what. He might think he's alone in the darkness, but as he walks further, he catches a glimpse of a figure in his midst. After jerking the camera away, the clip ends. The video claims that Jeff Kessler was never seen or heard from again. Is this a true story or fiction? The uploader claims a Facebook page entitled Bring Home Our Jeff had been set up at the time, and it is a real page, though it's inactive now. Was Jeff taken? Your guess is as good as mine.
It's creepy either way. It's good. It's a good video.
Trapezing through the forest in the darkness is nightmarish enough. Imagine running into one of these little beings known as black-eyed children. That's what Danny from YouTube channel Exploring with Danny set out to do. After someone contacted him on Facebook, requesting that he come check out these creepy woods. The woods in question reportedly were the scene of several black-eyed children sightings. The YouTuber writes, "Never go to the woods at night. You never know who you're gonna bump into." Before we go any further, what are black-eyed children? They're paranormal creatures of modern-day legend. The pale children possess black eyes, no surprise there, and are regularly spotted panhandling or hitchhiking. Let's set the scene. Danny is in the woods around 2 a.m. in search of the black-eyed children. He uses various methods to try and contact them, including using an EVP to interact. He also starts playing some audio of a child speaking, asking for help. The audio is super creepy, especially hearing it ring throughout the woods at night. As the song starts to play, in the darkness, two black-eyed children appear out of nowhere. They stand there for a moment, but as Danny retreats, they chase him down. He races away, turning back repeatedly to see the children are gaining on them. Finally, they come so close that one of them goes for a bite. Apparently, Danny passed out for 25 minutes, but when he came to, needless to say, he got the heck out of the forest, but not without some terrifying roars heard in the wilderness. And another glimpse of the bungling black-eyed children. This is where the video ends, leaving us wondering what is really going on in this forest. All I know is you won't catch me exploring it anytime soon. Before we get to number 1, my name is Chills and I...
That was creepy. That was creepy. Alright, last one.
I did then, thank you. This way you'll be notified of the new video we upload every Tuesday. Number 1, Nurseries for Adults. One YouTube channel you should never watch alone. Anything posted by the Hey Kids channel. Proj introduced this creepfest to Reddit, writing, "It's seemingly content meant for children, and some of the vids are seemingly benign, ranging from videos about tying your shoes, to videos titled 'How does your mother beat you and why are you scared?' Not outright horrifying, but unsettling. Watch 1, 2 Buckle My Shoe and you'll see exactly what they're talking about."
1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4, touch the door. 5, 6, pick up the sticks. Oh man.
The cartoon begins like any other children's cartoon. Playful music, bright colors, animal friends. The Redditors write that anyone might stumble upon this video. As the video begins, you're introduced to that horrifying CGI man that the Redditor describes, with an actual video teaching you how to tie your shoes in the background. The spliced man starts chanting the age-old rhyme in the title. The woman in the background also seems strangely aggressive. She holds it to the spliced man's head. Whatever the intention of this content is, I wouldn't want anyone to stumble upon it by accident. Thanks for checking out this.
Okay. That was, unsettling, to say the least. But yeah, let me know what you thought about these in the comments. And gotta say, guys, sometimes the scariest things out there aren't the paranormal, but just the natural or people or whatever we can make nowadays with computer technology. Yep, that's it. Bye.